Say it again.
Bundle and save one.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 163. Tonight, we're going to recap all of the NASCAR Atlanta races, the trucks, O'Reilly's, and the Cup Series. We'll give you all of our thoughts and break down those races with you guys here tonight. Also, our Driver of the Week, Bonehead of the Week segment. We'll talk about that with you guys as well, as those polls will be out at the end of this podcast. Also, this weekend, I think this is super weekend, Tom. Super motorsports weekend, dude.
It is.
We got O'Reilly's and Cup over at COTA for Circuit of America's road race, which has been an absolute godsend to the NASCAR community having COTA on the schedule. And then the IndyCar and NASCAR Truck Series doubleheader weekend at St. Petersburg, which has been highly anticipated by me and Tom for at least months since it's been announced. And that should be an interesting weekend as well. I don't know how we're going to do watch parties this weekend, Tom. I mean, every one of these races I want to do a watch party for because I'm so intrigued by all of them. So I'm thinking on Saturday we'll do a doubleheader because it'll be trucks and O'Reilly's, and then we'll do IndyCar Cup doubleheader on Sunday. I'm thinking we got to do it. I think it's meant to be, man. This is my most anticipated weekend of the beginning of the season. Like when all the schedules came out months ago, I said this is the weekend I look forward to the most, and it's here. And this is must watch, can't miss TV right here. This is gonna be fantastic. So we'll break down those races for you guys, give you the notable entries on the entry list, and give you our favorites, dark horses, and our NASCAR fantasy lineup for this weekend's races. First off, though, Tom, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm great. I got some silly juice with me, and we're podcasting.
That's some vodka cran? Is that what that is?
Dude, I'm telling you. This stuff, you could put like this much. This is just a normal mason jar, right? Just a normal mason jar. You could do like this much cranberry and the rest vodka, and like after your second or third drink, dude, you're cooking. You're cooking.
I've seen some people put like maraschino cherries and stuff in those before. And
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little too fruity for me.
Yeah, I ain't about it. I like the taste of vodka with a little bit of tart, like from the cranberry juice. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like that really sugary cranberry stuff, not good. It's not good. You got to get that really tart stuff and then put it in there, and it's like incredible.
Hell yeah.
3 drinks and I'm like on the floor.
I was about to say, it's got too much sugar, dude. Like, there's that one dude on YouTube. I can't remember his name. I think he's like the tipsy bartender or something. and he like makes like these fucked up drinks, dude. Like he'll take like those water coolers and shit, and he'll like put in like Mountain Dew and like vodka and like all this like Starburst and shit. And I'm like, this motherfucker's trying to kill people, dude. Don't make that. Never make that shit.
There's no way. Dude, you'd wake up in the morning and you'd probably feel like you're on the surface of fucking Pluto or something.
Your brain's like, exploded.
Yeah.
Your eyes are bulging out of your face, dude. You fucking not an ounce of water in your body. Like
yeah, you could feel like Steve O'Donnell with the smooth brain capabilities that he has. Yeah.
And it takes you 3 days to recover, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
That's the problem. I don't think I've drinking hard liquor since like Talladega. I can't drink hard liquor anymore, dude. I get the worst fucking hangovers, dude. The older I get, dude. Oh, dude, ruin. Like I stick to Pabst and Pabst alone anymore, dude. I can't even like those Modelo Chiladas or whatever. I can't even drink those anymore, dude. They make me so fucking sick. Oh,
dude, the Chiladas are like my favorite beer, and then when it comes to drinking liquor. Yeah, when it comes to drinking liquor, I like vodka a lot. So I'll mix a lot with vodka, but I do get a little bit of a hangover with this stuff. But I'm telling you, one of those liquid IVs down the hatch, and you're good.
Oh, I've got them on stock all the time, dude.
Yeah, me too. After that one time at Talladega, I think it was like 2023 or something. After that crazy, like, I mean, I probably had a full bottle of Tito's and like a half rack of beer, and I woke up the next morning and I was struggling, but I drank one of those liquid IVs, and I was like,
no, you were jumping around, dancing, guiding traffic, having a good old time.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. I'm a believer of that liquid IV.
It's either that or you just got to start drinking again. I mean, if people are like, oh, you got to eat greasy food, and it's like, that shit don't help at all, bro. Like, it's liquid IV or start drinking again. Yeah.
That's the stuff that makes me want to puke. I don't want to puke. I never want to puke.
No. Oh, especially when you get the spins, dude. That's the worst. Oh man, I've had that a few times a day, and those are the worst.
Dude, I have them every night.
I live off the spins. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you can tell we're excited for Talladega. That's a great way to start the podcast. Talking about our got a drinking problem, so why don't you kill me? Yeah. All right, let's get into some news. I think this is big news. Tom, you put it down. I forgot to put this in the news thing. Good thing you came in clutch and put this in here. But Keelan Harvick gets signed to a Toyota driver development program. 13 years old, doing his thing, winning races on the West Coast in the Cars Tour West, showing a lot of talent, beating guys on the West Coast that have been doing it for years on the West Coast, kind of coming in and still in their thunder a little bit. But it was kind of curious where it was going to go, because we obviously know Ford has literally zero driver development program anymore. Chevy's got a little bit of one, but not mainstream as it could be. But Toyota has all this time investment. They got obviously money to bring to the table. Obviously, Keelan's gonna have to bring money to the table because that's kind of how those driver development programs work. But being able to put him in a place where he could win races, have like engineers, data, all the things that are involved with the driver development program. I think this is a good grab for Toyota, and not only that, for Keelan Harvick. And I think this is a big time success move here. What are you thinking?
Of course. I think that, and we talked about it a little bit beforehand, obviously, but Jay brought up a good point. Toyota really leads the charge with these driver development programs, but the problem that lies in it is that Toyota doesn't have enough cars to get to the top level in order to keep a vacant seat for some of these development drivers. So it's maybe a long-term goal there to maybe switch to another team or another manufacturer when Keelan Harvick potentially gets up to the top series to jump ship, because we know that Harvick, started his career out with Chevrolet, went to Ford. I think he did do one season back with Chevrolet when Stewart Haas went back. Is that right? Or did he retire before that?
God, I'm not sure.
Or did they?
It all blends together. No, I don't think so. I think they just barely get to Chevy, but yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, Harvick's got a lot of connections with Chevrolet. Regardless, this is an awesome opportunity for Keelan. He needed to take it no matter what, even if he stays with Toyota or not. But yeah, this is huge. And obviously Keelan's going to have all the support he needs in the world. He's got his dad, he's got all the connections, he's got the money. That's the biggest thing. He's got the money. And so, yeah, we're going to be seeing Keelan in 7 years, stock car racing on a national level.
Yeah, for sure. And especially, I do like what Kevin Harvick and with Keelan coming in and racing on the West Coast and bringing prominence. Because like there was I think it was a door bumper clear. I listened to like a little bit of it last night when I was working, but Ryan Blaney was talking about it and he was like, man, I don't know what track they were racing at where they're going head to head. And he got it wrong. They were like, oh, I think it was Kern, but those guys on the East Coast don't know West Coast tracks. So they're like, oh, I think it was Kern, but it was actually Colorado National. But yeah, bring a spotlight to tracks like that. I would like to see some of my tracks get put on some of these big West Coast stuff. They used to, but they don't anymore. But now it's like basically Kern, Stockton, a little bit at Madera, obviously the Vegas Bull Ring, Colorado National, Tucson Speedway. There's a few on the West Coast, Tri-Cities, obviously, where they do the Apple Cup. So there's a few racetracks on the West Coast, but at least like with Kevin Harvick racing on the West Coast Cars Tour, it's like bringing some light to some of these West Coast tracks because it feels. I don't know about you, Tom, but it feels like us West Coast race fans just completely get ignored, man. It's like anything west of the Mississippi just irrelevant and not good racing. It feels like to anybody else. So it's good that we get a little bit of shine here on the West Coast as well. So, I guess let's do it, Tom. Let's just break down the races. Truck Series race. I thought the race was decent, Tom. I'm not gonna lie. Well, at least stage one. Let's talk about stage one. I think stage one was the ultimate thing here to me why I thought this race was good. Stage two kind of got bunched back up, and I don't think it was as good. Stage three, racing to the end, was kind of typical Atlanta, but I really enjoyed stage one of the truck race, Tom. The race spread out. We saw the ThorSport trucks, like Majeski and Rhodes, and even Garcia, who we kind of shit on last week. They were really, really, really freaking quick, dude. It's like they trimmed their trucks out. They had a lot of speed, and they kind of forced the field to spread out. Like, first to like 20th was like 12, 13 seconds apart from each other. Like it turned into like a traditional 1.5-mile style race. He had about, I think it was the 3 ThorSport and maybe Kyle Busch was up there. And then Hosen was in a group with Heim and a couple other guys behind him. And it would just kind of spread out. And you could tell that the trucks were driving like dog shit too. Cause they did a lot of onboards and there was a lot of lifting, a lot of off throttle time. I thought the first stage was extremely entertaining. Granted, one stage doesn't make a race good or bad, so I mean, obviously, I'm not going to give it like a 10 out of 10. I'll give it a solid 7. I thought it was a decent race, especially because it's stage one. The finish was exciting. I enjoyed the finish. Granted, it was shortened by time limits, but I thought the finish was exciting, and we ended up getting a winner with KFB. Jose Carcevar committed to his bumper. I thought it was a good weekend for Spire. Good job by Kyle Busch to finally win a race, and. If we could get the stage one in every race at Atlanta, I think Atlanta would be good.
It just goes to show it's a car problem. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, I agree about 99% with that statement. The only 1% that I disagree with is the fact that the trucks, I feel like, have more drag than the Cup cars, and they were able to spread out. You know what I mean? So it's like, really, it is a car problem, but also
do they?
How were the trucks able?
Or is it a motor? Is it a motor difference?
Well, it could. Well, yeah, for sure. The Elmores definitely don't put out as much power as the Cup cars, even though the Cup cars don't put out shit for power. But the amount of drag on the truck, the spoilers on the trucks are bigger than the Cup spoilers. I mean, that's just visually you can tell. I don't know if it's because maybe if ThorSport just did something experimental in this race where they decided to trim their trucks out and get the spoiler out of the air and see if they could maybe change the complexion of the race by maybe getting it spread out by having more speed than everybody else and taking the drag off the cars. If that was the product of what was made it exciting, or if maybe everybody else decided to put more downforce in their trucks than maybe they did. I don't know what the factor was to make it where it was so spread out. And I know it all really kind of centers around ThorSport, but then again, you saw at the end, we had even the Spire trucks as well as a couple of the Tricon trucks were able to mix it up with the ThorSport guys at the end of that stage too. So there's about 7 of them racing for the stage win. I don't know what the fact. What was the key factor there, Tom?
Well, I bet you a little bit of that is that they learned a lot at Daytona, and then they took all that learning and went to Atlanta with it. Maybe part of it, for sure. Not all of it, but I don't know.
Well, and another thing too is I don't think that there's a lot of fuel saving in the trucks either because their stages are so short. So again,
Sure,
again,
absolutely.
that would be a thing we'll talk about the Cup Series with the length of that race. We'll talk about that more in depth here in a second. But with not having a fuel save, with maybe trimming the trucks out a little bit more, I don't know. There's probably a lot of factors that go into it. And like you said, maybe they learned something from Daytona. We're able to apply it at Atlanta. That puts more speed in their trucks. It didn't work out for them. Obviously, they didn't win the race, and they were non-factors at the end. I think they even ran Ben Rhodes out of gas at one point in the race, which blows my mind when you have like 20, 30 lap stages at Atlanta. I don't know how the fuck you managed to do that. But
George was there.
George was traveling gas, man. I don't know. It's good to see KFD win, and then Hosen kind of. I don't know, man. Hosen's a little bit of an attention whore because he kind of basically claimed that win as his own, even though he pushed little KFD to win. I love it, dude. I don't really care, dude. I like it one way or the other. I think Hosen gets a lot of hate for no fucking reason, but well, I mean there is some reasoning, but it's not a lot of the reasons everybody else talks. I don't know.
Definitely makes it enjoyable to watch. That's for sure.
You need him, dude. I mean, I think I even saw a short today, and it was Kyle Petty, and he was like fucking jerking off old Hosen Carsovar, giving him all the praises, I was like, dude, even if Kyle Petty, there's a lot of things Kyle Petty says I disagree with. There's some things he says I agree with. But his take on Hosen Carsovar, I think it was granted and warranted. I think NASCAR, I think he said Hosen has the villain arc of like a Dale Earnhardt. He has like the brashness of a Tim Richmond, and he has the raw speed of like a Kyle Busch in his prime. And it's like, I feel like that's what he is, dude. He's like a combination of those three guys, dude. You know what I mean? Like he's got maybe some of the negatives of some of them, some of the positives, some of them, and he just kind of put it all in a melting pot. And that's kind of what he is. He's good for the sport, dude.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's anything else to talk about the truckers. I don't want to talk about all the other stupid talking points that everybody else is talking about. I don't have any problem with the way it finished. I liked it. I didn't mind it. I think the Xfinity race, well, the O'Reilly's race, it's gonna take me a while to get that figured out. I thought the O'Reilly's race was decent in its own way as well. We saw a lot of wrecks, a lot of carnage. Corey Day, I got on here last week and kind of gave him praises for how good he kind of did at Daytona, even though he totaled a lot of shit there, but he showed a lot of promise. He made himself look like an absolute clown. I think he took out his teammate, Quanzai teammate with Junior Motorsports, Carson Quapple. He ended up taking out Sieg at one point. I mean, he hit everything but the damn hot dog stand, dude. What? Like, I'm going to quit talking up Corey Day because if I do, I feel like he's going to do some stupid shit like this. He is Hung Money Jr. He is. He is Hung Money Jr. He's got a ton of talent, a lot of fucking speed, but he cannot prevent himself from just eating the wall or hitting something, dude. What is fuck is going on?
I don't know. It was very.
It's embarrassing.
It was entertaining. It was entertaining to watch. but I don't know, man. It ain't. I don't know. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy.
No, I don't think he's stock car talent level. Well, I don't know. He's got the talent. I just don't think he has the racecraft. And I don't think that's something that you just develop, Like, obviously, Hendrick's going to be patient because of all the money and everything that he's got and the amount of money they're putting into him. So they're going to be patient. But I don't think racecraft's something that isn't just learned. It's something that you have. It's like an innate ability. And you put him in a 410 wing sprint car, any dirt track in America, and he is going to put on an absolute fucking show. I mean, absolutely kick everybody's ass and do things behind the wheel that you just sit back and you're like, holy shit, dude, what I just see. But I don't think he has the racecraft for these long distance cup races, dude. I don't think. I mean, it's like he's racing a 30-lap feature the whole time.
Yeah. I don't think he's it. I don't think he's it.
I need a bigger. Yeah, I agree, man. I think I made the comparison. Like, he's not a Bell or a Larson. But now I feel like he's got a lot of Larson tendencies, so I think he's Hung Money Jr. in that way. But he's more like a Brad Sweet or like a JJ Yaley, you know what I mean? Like, he's got talent, just never close enough to, not like longevity in the sport success, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he's like a jack of all trades, master of none.
Master of none, yeah, there you go. Oh man. I do want to shout out Rajah Caruth. I know he's on a part-time basis with Junior Motorsports, but dude, I swear to God, there was probably 4 different times, I think, on the top of my head, where that car was wrecked. Absolutely fucking wrecked. Garbage can, dumpster, ready for the DNF, and somehow he saved it, dude. I am a huge fan of Rajah Caruth. Ever since like when he got into the truck series, even when he's racing for Rev Racing in the ARCA series, like, Rajah Caruth's got a lot of talent. I think the thing that makes him relevant is the opposite of Corey Day, right? I don't think he has the raw speed of like a Corey Day, but he has the racecraft and the driving talent that I think is going to take him far in the sport. And I think he showed a lot of it in this. I think, well, the way I look at it, Tom, he's in this JRM deal, and it's kind of a trial run, right? Because Hendrick didn't want to put the time and money to invest in him, obviously. Even though they're sponsoring the car, but they didn't want to put him in their car. Junior Motorsports didn't want to commit to a full season. Maybe he doesn't have the funding. Maybe he does. I don't know what the whole situation is there. But now he's got a part-time ride, kind of like a Corey Haim does, where he's not a one-man show in any series. He's kind of running part-time truck and O'Reilly's. But dude, Rajah's got a lot of talent. I think he can make it, dude. I think he can truly make it in this sport, man. He just needs to maybe a little bit of the raw speed aspect of it maybe needs to come to fruition there.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the broadcast. There was a lot of people shit on this broadcast, dude. I thought it was one of the best broadcasts, dude. I saw a few people bitching about it. Like what you say when people say, "Oh, Lee Diffie just yells at the TV or yells into a mic the whole time." And it's like people were saying the same thing about CW. Oh, I can't listen to it because all they do is just scream and yell at the mic. Dude, that broadcast, I think, was probably one of the best play-by-play cohesive broadcasts I've seen in a long time. It was so good. The race wasn't super entertaining to the point where I was glued to it, right, Tom? Like, it's Atlanta. It's gonna have the lulls, right? It's kind of yo-yo racing. So I'm basically doom scrolling X while I'm watching the race. And like I would just be sitting there and then all of a sudden I'd hear Jamie Murray go, "Oh, whoa," or something like that. And I'd have to fucking watch, you know? And or PK and McMurray are both fucking feeding off each other, and PK would go, "Oh God." And you could just tell they're just losing their fucking minds in the booth, grabbing onto each other and shit. And then Jamie would react, and then Adam Alexander. Dude, Adam Alexander was one of the worst play-by-play broadcasters of all time. And now I think he is the gold standard behind Lee Diffie. Like, Adam Alexander, I felt like just needed that juice. Like, he needed somebody in the booth next to him to amp up these situations. And you could tell the excitement coming out of his voice. Like, I think CW, and not only that, the overlay is perfect. Like, you know how the Cup, they have like that one column at the top, or Fox does it. They got the one column and it kind of scrolls, like the top 10 stay on there and then it scrolls like 11 through 9, whatever. CW's got it where everybody's basically on the screen at the bottom at the same time. And it's real small, still readable, but it doesn't have that doom scrolling, you know? Like you see with Fox. The camera work is great. The replays are quick. I think CW is the prime example of how to put a broadcast together. And everything's side by side. Every commercial side by side.
Yeah. The CW is really revolutionizing how to broadcast a sports event. And there needs to be a lot of people taking note, you know, especially Fox. Fox really needs to take note on how the CW is doing it. Because everything that the CW is doing is right. And from the graphics to the broadcast to, you know, how they handle post-race ceremonies to, you know, just even the social medias that they got going on. It's just right. That is how you do it.
And they have a legit post-race show too, which Fox would never, you know?
No. It's like they're allergic to it or something. They just can't. Here's my thing, because I'm just going to say it from my point of view, because this is what I saw. I saw everybody online loving that race.
Well, I saw a lot of that too. I'm not going to take that away either. Yeah.
I just didn't see anybody against it. I could have missed it, but my point here, and I'm a little salty about this, and I'm going to point it out, and I'll be done, all right? But I'm a little salty about it. The way that the broadcasting crew broadcasted that race play-by-play was exactly what Lee Diffie was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And everybody hated Lee Diffie because he was screaming into the mic, and probably, most likely, definitely, because of his accent. And that's it. That's it. Now you got the same people doing the goddamn same fucking thing, and everybody fucking loves it. That pisses me off bad. I'm telling you, I about fell out of my fucking seat about how much I was trying not to crash out on Saturday, because I don't know what else to say. That shit just really pisses me off, really bad, because now we don't have Lee Diffie, and I don't know. That really makes me mad. That's the part that really makes me mad. It was the same thing. It was the same thing that Lee Diffie was doing. Everybody hated it. Now Alexander, Jamie McMurray, and whoever the fuck else is doing, and everybody thinks it's great. It's the same thing. And I'm not taking anything away from the current broadcaster crew. Again, they're doing everything right. I just think we did our boy dirty.
100%. It's the foreigner aspect, which we talk about with SVG all the time. Whenever SVG's doing good on an oval, it's always got to be a backhanded comment, an excuse. It's got to be a prerequisite that the road racing must have something to do with it. You can never just sit back and accept SVG is, holy shit, he's a talented fucking race car driver. No, it's always got to be... Oh, computer just froze for a second.
Oh, I hear you now.
Okay, cool. I don't even know what I was talking about. I was like, I thought my computer just crashed, dude. That was crazy. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I got some things to say about that with the Cup race.
Yeah, we'll get to that with the Cup race. Where was I at? The finish. Ross Chastain makes an awesome move to the bottom. Austin Hill makes a late block. Can we just talk about how freaking dumb Austin Hill is, and how this is why I don't like the guy. His ego is too big. He's got no personality, and he's kind of an asshole. And he goes out after he makes a stupid block and basically turns himself off the nose of Chastain. He has the audacity in his post-race interview to say, yeah, you see that save? Save of the year right there. Like, you wouldn't have to fucking save the race car if you didn't wreck yourself, you dumbass. Like, come on, dude. I don't like Austin Hill. I can't stand him, dude. I lost all respect for Austin Hill the moment he knocked out Myatt Snyder on the Bristol race at post-race. Martinsville, yeah. I lost all respect for him then, and then everything he's done since then has just made him look like a complete asshole even more. Like,
no.
What? I mean, what are your thoughts on Austin Hill and, like, this whole scenario and the greatest, like, I don't know.
It's Austin Hill, whatever. We're in 5, 6, 7, 8 years time, we're not gonna be talking about it. It's whatever.
Yeah, too much of an ego for me. I don't like it. And he's not, I mean, I can understand if you had that ego if you're winning races on all disciplines, but the motherfucker can only win when people wreck in front of him or at Daytona and Talladega.
He won Homestead last year.
Okay, one fucking time. One time he wins a race of legitimacy. Yeah, okay. I don't like him, dude. I don't like him. Guess who won the fucking race though? Tom almost brings some tears to a grown man's eyes, dude. I think my neighbors are probably fucking pissed at me after the race, dude. Because I'm watching the finale of the race, dude, and I'm just like watching it, and I see how Austin Hill kind of get turned, and I had already kind of resigned my fact, like 2 years ago that Creed was never going to win a race. And even at the end of the race, Creed's up in the top 3, 4, mixing it up for the lead. And I'm just like, he's not going to win this race. Like, and he led, I think, with like 5 laps to go, and he got shucked out back to like 8th or something. I'm like, yep, that's how Creed loses this one. Typical fucking Creed fashion. Works himself all the way back in the 30s, pushing Chastain. That whole deal happens between them. And right when I see Creed emerge to the lead, dude, I swear to God, dude, I was screaming at my fucking TV, dude. Like, screaming to the top of my lungs, Creed, Creed, Creed. Like, I'm losing my mind, dude. And he wins the race. I'm freaking ecstatic, over the moon, can't believe it. And then I sat there on X, dude, for like an hour and a half, 2 hours after the race, just waiting for post-race inspection, dude. I was like, there's somehow, some way. Like, I made that short, Creed or whatever, like, finally wins or whatever. I made that short, but I was going to make it right after the race. And I was like, wait a minute. I better not start making it now, because I know by the time I get this fucking thing done and post it, post-race text's going to come out, and he's going to get disqualified. The race is going to get taken from him. It never happened, dude. Creed is a winner in the NASCAR O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series. 4 years in the making, 15 second place finishes, got 30, 40 fucking top fives, getting wrecked in certain races, fucking pit road cautions with like 3 laps to go, where his pit crew fucks the deal up for him. Like, the amount of ways Creed has lost races, dude, is unbelievable.
It's actually incredible. It's actually incredible.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that dude just brings a new level to, like, just, like, absolute bad luck. I think that dude may have walked under a ladder or crossed path with a black cat every time he walked into a racetrack or something. Had to be.
It's unbelievable. I would consider myself like a Sheldon Creed fucking homer, dude. Like, I've been pulling for this guy for years. For years. And I was like, he's never going to win. Ever. Never going to win a race. Like, I have recited my fact to be like, I'm never going to see it. Like, I figured I'd be dead before Creed ever won. Like, you know those memes that come around every year of Denny Hamlin, where he's like an old man, AI generated, he's got the gray beard, and like, Denny Hamlin, the 2042, still chasing a championship, you know? Like, I was like, I feel like that's Creed. Like, Creed's going to be a freaking 80-year-old geriatrics, and he's going to still not have a win. You know what I mean?
How about Haas, though?
Dude,
how about Haas?
Facts.
Because last year, Sam won a race in their inception year, and now Creed wins a race, when Creed couldn't even do it with Gibbs. Couldn't do it with Gibbs. Couldn't do it with RCR. Couldn't do it anywhere else, but he did it with Haas. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. I like that.
I unbelievable. Unbelievable. I still can't believe it, dude. Like, I feel like I'm living in, like, you know when people say, like, our timeline changed when Harambe died? I feel like our timeline changed when Creed won a race. I feel like we just stepped into a new universe, dude. Like the whole world's like, I don't know what path the universe was headed before Creed won, but I feel like it's going to be in a better path now, dude. Like, all is good in the world again. You know what I mean? Like, Creed won a race. Like, I mean, what?
We might be breaking the
time continuum.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And then guess what happens right after Creed wins Sunday morning? The Canadians lose to the Americans in hockey. Like,
hell yeah!
You're telling me we didn't just jump into a new dimension, a new timeline? Like, that's your fucking proof right there, dog. Like, oh man, DJ Puckett in the chat. What up with you, bro? Thanks for tuning in for this awesome podcast here on a Tuesday.
What's up, my man?
I can't believe it. I'm still in shock, dude. I'm in absolute shock. And then talking about House Factory, whole Sam Mayer, dude, giving him the little celebratory little donut on the door, ends up destroying this race.
Oh my god!
Bonehead of the week, Sam Mayer. What is he doing? Oh my
god, dude, you have got to be shitting me, dude.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time, dude.
Dude, come on, man.
Oh,
come on.
Like he shot his load too early, bro. Like,
dude, you got to do better than that. You gotta.
That's a bad look, dude. That's a bad look, man. Absolutely awful look, dude.
That is terrible. That is just terrible.
He looked like a happy teenager putting it in for the first time, dude. He just completely destroyed himself, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Is there anything else you want to add to the O'Reilly's race? I mean, we talked about broadcast, the winner, Creed.
No, I don't. I have nothing else.
Yeah, it's Atlanta. I mean, it is what it is. There's not a lot to talk about. The same when we get to the Cup race, which we're talking about right now, the Auto Trader 400 on Sunday. I think we have to start off with the whole SVG hung money bullshit, Tom. God. Oh, hung money. Hung fucking money, dude.
Let's get into it. Let's do it.
I say you start us off, dude.
Oh, well, I had a little crash out. I did. I had a little crash out during that. Was it end of stage 1? Yeah, it was end of stage 1.
Yeah.
When hung money came across his nose. I'm to the point now where confirmed that NASCAR hates SVG. Not only the broadcasters, but the YouTube channel NASCAR's YouTube channel itself after the race proved it. All the excuses in the world for Kyle Larson to come across and wreck himself across SVG's nose, make him go sliding through the grass. I mean, and then, you know, I'll skip ahead a little bit here because this is what really pisses me off. This is what I'm really, really pissed off about here. Is that after the race, when they do the highlight video for the race, it's Kyle Larson already getting sideways off the front nose of SVG with absolutely no context. Like, if you're just an absolute inbred idiot NASCAR fan, what are you going to think? Well, of course that guy fucking wrecked my favorite driver of hung money. So it's even like, I feel like even NASCAR's buying into that bias of SVG only being a road course driver, doesn't deserve to be in NASCAR, etc., etc. But not only that, it's just the people. You know what? Thinking about it now, it's the same shit that Lee Diffie went through as being a broadcaster, except it's SVG with being a driver. It's the same thing.
Or Montoya
and it's went through. Or Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so disgusting, actually. It's disgusting. And they do their damnedest to take away the fact that SVG is a world-class racing driver. They do their damnedest to make sure that everybody believes that he's a fluke in the NASCAR world. And honestly, I mean, they hold the narrative because it's their program. So I don't know, man. I am so tired of it. It just reinforces my feelings on how much of an actual terrible driver that Larson is. And I hate to see, you know, SVG get caught up in it, first off, just because, you know, he doesn't deserve any of that at all. But not only that, SVG goes and gets wrecked twice through the infield at Atlanta and then comes back for a P6 finish. Almost a P5. So close, so close. And it's like, the only people talking about it are the people making comments under the NASCAR post. Which to me is just, again, reinforces the belief of the bias that even NASCAR holds against SVG. To me, it's just disgusting.
It's criminal. I mean, especially like the thumbnail. That is what really irks me, because how many other drivers wrecked in that fucking race? What, 85% of the field crashed in that race? But the one thumbnail you decide to post is a picture with no context halfway through the wreck where Larson's already pointed towards the infield off the nose of SVG, making it look intentional on SVG. And you hear it all the time. Every time they talk about SVG, it's a backhanded comment. Fucking, he's not that good. He's a road racer. His ability to drive at Adelaide is why he's good at Daytona. Like, nothing fucking relevant to anything. Can we just resign our facts to he's a world-class driver? Like Montoya, I feel bad for Montoya too. Because it goes back to him as well. Montoya had a freaking unicorn, 1 in a billion part failure at the exact wrong place at the wrong time at Daytona, hit a jet dryer, and he will always be remembered by NASCAR community as the jet dryer guy. When this guy is an F1 freaking winner, an IndyCar champion, Indy 500 winner, like he's won twice in the Cup Series, multiple times in the O'Reilly Series, like a world-class one at Le Mans in LMP2 car. I mean, this guy has done everything. I mean, probably one of the 4 Mount Rushmore drivers of all fucking time. And NASCAR fans will still always remember him as jet dryer, dude. And it fucking irritates me. Now, SVG is going to get branded as he's the road racing guy. Not a world-class racing talent, but a road course guy. And I'm already waiting for it, Tom, when they already talked about his 6 wins as being equivalent to 1 win on a fucking oval. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just waiting for the day he wins an oval just to hear how backhanded it is. And I hope it doesn't happen at a short track, because if it happens at a short track, they're going to be, oh, it's because it's close enough to a road course. I want to see him win at fucking Dega, you know? Like, win at a Dega, a place that he should never. Well, no, but then again, they'll be like, well, it's plate racing. Anybody can win there, you know? But then if fucking Blaney wins, it's fucking, he's a badass race car driver.
Yeah, so just discredit all the other wins that everybody else has gotten there then. I mean, what's the difference?
It's unbelievable, dude. It's absolutely fucking criminal. And same with the Zilich thing, too. Like, Zilich is getting a lot of backhanded comments, too, for the fact that, oh, he might be a little better on ovals, but he really is only a road ace right now. We got to see the proof in the pudding. It's like the motherfucker won like 10 races on ovals last year. You're going to say that he's a road guy, too? Like, come on, dude. Like,
get over yourself. I swear to God, actually get over yourself.
It's a Chase Elliott, fucking hung money, fucking Ryan Blaney fans that are all up in the fucking chats talking shit. It's like, come on, dude.
Yep.
It pisses me off. We got the same thing. I mentioned it. Why we have less road courses? Because SVG effect. If Elliott was winning all the road courses, we'd be doing 9 of them a year.
We'd have more.
Yes. Which happened. It's already fucking happened. We used to have 2 to 3 road courses on the schedule. And then Elliott started winning all of them. So then 2 years later, we have 7, 8 of them on the schedule. Then he quits winning, and now we're whittling down. We had 6, then we had 5, now we have 4. Now we have, 3 left now? It's like, dude, you know, just give me a fucking break. Zilich, speaking of Zilich, he crashes again, dude. It's been a rough year. I think he's got a whole 14 points on the season, man. It's going to be a rough year for Zilich, dude. Well, I don't know, man. It's Atlanta and Daytona, dude. Like, it's so much luck goes into that. The survival. I don't know. The Trackhouse cars are fast. I think Zilich, SVG, and Chastain were all contenders in the beginning of that race. So, whatever. Jose Carsvar had a hell of a roller coaster day. He ended up having a tire go down, went multiple laps down, got his laps back, had his window fall out, which, again, I don't know how the hell that even happens. How does that even happen? How does your window fall out? Whatever. But, yeah, he had a roller coaster. He ends up contending for the win at the end of the race. But I feel like the Chevys botched this race, Tom. 100% botched it. The Toyotas were committed to each other. They worked together well all race long, especially towards the end. And none of the Chevys worked together. You had Suarez up there, which is a teammate to Hosen. Barely worked with him. Chastain didn't work with Hosen. It's like the Chevys were working against each other with no help, trying to beat a fleet of Yoders. Like, what was Chevy doing in this race, and why weren't they working with each other? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, that reminds me, didn't Parker Retzlaff get kicked out of Chevrolet because he didn't work with a Chevrolet?
Yes. Facts.
So, like, is anybody going to address that, or just us?
Just us. We're the only people using our actual head instead of the little one between our legs.
Oh. Okay. Whatever. That's criminal. It's criminal.
It's criminal, dude. I think Bubba choked this race. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched it back multiple times. Makes the block to the outside on Hosen. I don't understand why he would abandon his Toyota fleet on the bottom to make a move to the outside. I think Bubba choked it. That's gonna nominate him for Bonehead of the Week. I think that was just dumb. That was just dumb. It was like Elliott last week choked it. This week Bubba choked it. So Reddick goes back to back. The little red dick did it. Back to back wins. Wins at Daytona. Wins at Atlanta. What has he got? Like a 40-point lead right now, Tom? We were looking at the point standings over his teammate Bubba. Unbelievable, dude. Like, I don't think you could have scripted out a better start to the season with this new points format than what Tyler Reddick did. And honestly, I'm going to say it now, Tom. I think he's a potential threat to win again this weekend at COTA. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but I think Reddick is a legit threat to win at COTA too, to go 3 in a row. I mean, it's unbelievable the start that Reddick has had this season. And I know we talked about it in our preseason podcast talking about NASCAR. And I think me and you both were like on the fact that we're like, I think Reddick's going to have a good year, right? We were both predicting he's going to be, we put him in like our top 9 guys that were locks to make the chase just because of how good he is at scoring points. And he's proving it. He's absolutely proving it. I mean, even if you take the wins away, he scored the second most stage points of anybody this season behind Blaney. I mean, he's doing a fantastic job this year, man. I think it's good to be a Reddick fan, I guess, if you're Dallas. It's good to be a Reddick right now. I'm unbelievable.
I think the only thing that should be questioned is, are we witnessing another Byron?
Yes.
Where he's really strong at the beginning of the season and then just completely falls off, and then by the time Martinsville rolls around in the playoff, he's absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
Are we going to see that, or are we going to see an absolutely new trend that we've never seen before?
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it with Byron, and we've also seen it with Bell the last couple seasons.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Bell, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Are we going to see that? You know, is it going to be able to carry this momentum off into the summer? Because complacency feels like it's a thing in NASCAR. I don't know why, but certain teams just are running good, and then they don't run good, and then they're chasing, you know? And it's like, are you going to be chasing, or are you going to stay on the cutting edge of development and making these cars faster? That's going to be the question as we go through the rest of the season. Again, the broadcast, dog shit. I can't. Mike Bidenjoy's terrible. I'm tone deaf to Harvick now, which is good. Because like you were saying things during the watch party that Harvick was saying, and I didn't even hear any of it. Like I am tone deaf to Harvick completely. Like it's weird. But I can't get tone deaf to Boyer. For some reason, Boyer's like nails on a chalkboard. I can't get it out of my head, dude. Like he's there. Like I hear everything he says, and I wish I didn't, you know?
Yeah.
The
dose of Harvick and Boyer duo last Sunday was, I mean, I might have to go into like an X-ray and check for cancer in my liver or something.
It's awful.
Do they use X-rays to check for cancer?
I don't know, man. I think they stick their thumb up your ass or something. I don't know.
No, that's prostate.
Oh, that's prostate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, they can shove a camera up your butt now. It doesn't have to be a finger.
Oh, dang. That's good. No, the worst is when you go in for a prostate exam and you feel 2 arms go over your shoulders. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, no, the best part about the broadcast, though, Tom, was that when Logano gets spun and the camera zooms to the leaders as he's spinning, and then Mike Bidenjoy proceeds to gaslight everybody watching that this is the best camera crew in the business.
Oh, my God. Oh my God! Yeah, that's got to be in the Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame for terrible, absolutely abysmal broadcast ever put on forth by the NASCAR Cup Series. That was just that was so abysmal. If there's not like a shit, what do you call it? Not GoFundMe, but the same thing for signatures on to get Fox out of the NASCAR series, then I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing.
Oh man, they need to take notes from CW. I'm telling you. I mean, even like you were talking about,
I think we're past that.
CW is doing a great job, not only in motorsports and NASCAR, but like I'll watch some of these college basketball games on CW, and their production value feels like it's better than ESPN's production value. Like it's crazy how good CW is doing, and CW is like a free network. Like you can get it on a fucking rabbit ear on your TV, dude. You don't have to have any. It's like unbelievable.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Alrighty, drivers of the week. This was simple. Driver of the week: Sheldon Creed, and Sheldon Creed. Let me know in the poll.
Yes.
And then bonehead of the week: Sam Mayer, wrecking post race, celebrating in the O'Reilly's race. Kyle Larson, hung moneying, old SVG, and then Bubba Wallace choking away the race. That's definitely a nominee. All right, Tom. We've wrapped up Atlanta. Now it's time for some real racing this weekend. This weekend is loaded, boys. We got trucks. IndyCar debut, the opening race of the season at St. Pete. We got the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series at COTA. It's going to be a fantastic week. If you love racing, this is the weekend to watch. I'm telling you, this is real racing this weekend. Truck Series, Dario Franchitti with Tricon in the number 1 truck. Did I hear that Jimmy Johnson was going to be his crew chief? Did I hear that right? What the fuck is going on, dude?
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like we're in the Twilight Zone. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know.
Well, it's when Harambe died. Now that Sheldon Creed won, we're getting back on the right track here, Tom.
Yes, thank God.
The paradox is flopped. We're back on the right timeline. And then Adam Andretti going to be making his second start in the Truck Series this weekend at St. Pete in the 5 for Tricon. Colin Brown, man, I'm so excited. He's back in the Truck Series. Former Truck Series winner, by the way. Remember that. I think he won that drag race at Michigan at one time. Yep. So he'll be back in the trucks for Colleague in the 25. Tyler Reif will be in the number 42 for Nice. Landon Lewis, West Coast guy, raced a lot with Kevin Harvick in the 45 for Nice. And then old Hinchcliffe, old Hinchtown, coming to run a Truck Series race, getting out of the booth for a night. Gonna run some trucks for Spire in the 77. In the O'Reilly's Auto Parts, we got Zilich back with Junior Motorsports in the number 1. Van Glizzy with JRM in the 9. Brent Cruz, I'm super excited for this one. He couldn't run Atlanta, couldn't run Daytona because he's too young, but he can go run at COTA, which is like 8 times the amount of length of track, and he can run there instead. It makes no fucking sense. Same thing I said about Connor Zilich. He was 17 winning the Rolex 24, but he was too young to go race at fucking Charlotte in an O'Reilly car. Make fucking sense. And then Ross Chastain, number 32 for Jordan Anderson Racing again this weekend. JJ Yaley with Young's Motorsports in the 42. And then Sage Karam, dude. I'm glad to see him back in the number 55 for Joey Gase Racing. Obviously in an underfunded ride or whatever. But I think Sage Karam has had some good runs in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series in the last few years. And then Jesse Love making another Cup start this weekend with RCR in the number 33. All right, Tom. It's time to make our picks, dude. Let's start off with the Truck Series race, the Only Bulls Green Flag 150 at St. Petersburg. Me and you talked about this off stream. It's not a lot of heavy hitters, man. It doesn't. It feels like this race is kind of wide open. Who's going to be a favorite? And me and Tom kind of narrowed it down to 2 guys. I'll let Tom give his guy, but I think Justin Haley. I think out of the guys that are in the Truck Series, I think he's probably the most underrated road racer, I think, in NASCAR. He's one of those guys that always seems to be in the front of these road races, whether he's in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series, the Cup Series, the trucks, whatever it is. It always feels like he's at the front of the field in these races. I think he's got to be your favorite coming in. And it'd be a good moment to see Ram kind of win win a race to start the season, to get that momentum kicking off. And then my dark horse, I'm gonna go Colin Brown. I'm a big Colin Brown fan. I watching him in those GTP cars whipping around the track. He's one of the most fast, consistent guys.
Hell yeah,
super entertaining. He's with the Colleague Ram team, dude. I think that bringing in like this type of driver for a race like this, I think is a good publicity marketing stunt for Ram, as well as bringing in somebody who's won in the Truck Series, who's got an extreme acclimate to running road races. I think Colin Brown's going to be a threat in this race, Tom. I have a good feeling Ram's going to be kicking ass, taking names this weekend at St. Petersburg.
Yeah, I agree. But for my favorite, like what Jay was talking about, we talked about this right before the stream. I think the only other guy really is going to be Lane Riggs. I think that Lane Riggs has shown a lot of resolve in the past couple of years. I think that he has definitely evolved as potentially one of the better drivers in the series, especially for adversity. And I think that Riggs can be the one to really capitalize on a race where we don't have a lot of heavy hitters. And I think it is a good it is going to be a good race with Haley. I think it's going to be well, other than that, I think it's going to be a wreckfest. To be honest with you, it's going to be survival.
It is
survival of the fittest. Really, I think is what it's going to be. Especially on the streets of St. Petersburg, those guys don't know what the hell they're getting into. They really don't. They have no freaking clue. The best guys that go there year in and year out absolutely bomb turn 3 every year, lap 1, and that's the IndyCar series. They, I mean, one year we saw a guy go 10 feet in the air. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you have one race to watch all weekend, it's a hard toss-up for me, but if it's just for a casual fan, I think it's the Truck Series at St. Petersburg. I think that's the number one race this weekend you're going to want to watch. For me, it's a toss-up between the Truck Series and the IndyCar race, just because IndyCar is my favorite series. But regardless, for my dark horse, I'm going Brendan Queen. I think Brendan Queen is probably one of the most well-rounded, fast drivers that the Truck Series has right now. I guess the unfortunates about the situation is that he's a rookie, first off, and second off, he's with Ram in their first year in the Truck Series. So I think he doesn't have those two things going for him, but I think everywhere else, he's the man to beat.
I like it. Oh, I like it. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a big weekend for Ram. I think Ram is going to be a legit threat in this race, and I'm excited to see it. And like Tom said, I think it's going to be a wreck fest too, man. I'm excited for this race. And like we're saying, dude, this weekend is hard, man. Like me and Tom have been talking about it, like which races we're gonna do watch parties for, and I think we've come to the conclusion that we're just gonna have to do all of them, dude. Like
all of them.
This is super racing weekend, man. Like this, even we'll talk about the Indy NXT here in a minute, but I think the Indy NXT race has the potential to be an absolute banger as well. So I'm just excited. This whole weekend's gonna be wild. Let's jump to the O'Reilly's Auto Parts also on Saturday. The Ford Focus Health 250 at COTA. I think all weekend at COTA, Tom, it's going to be the Zilly versus Glizzy matchup, dude. All weekend long. It's going to be absolutely thrilling. We used to have the Kyle and Kyle show, the Dale and Dale show. Now we got the Zilly and Glizzy show, you know. It's going to be fucking fire as fuck, dude. I'm so excited. And I don't think we see anything different in the Napa Auto Parts series. I think it's going to be Glizzy, Gisbergen just battling it out all night long, dude. All day long. It's going to be an absolute slugfest boxing match. It's going to be like, what is it, freaking Muhammad Ali, like Mike Tyson-esque type freaking boxing heavyweight match on this freaking road course, just absolutely duking it out. But when it comes down to it, I think SVG is going to be a threat to win this race, obviously, like Zilly is. But I think that this track matches his road racing skills better than it does SVG. And the stats are kind of there to back it up. Zilich has had way more success, whether it be Truck, O'Reilly's, Cup, at COTA, than SVG has. And I think that there's something about this track that just fits Zilich's driving style a little bit better. Like, if we're going to, like, Watkins Glen, I probably would take SVG over a Zilich. But something about the slow corners, the long straightaways, the heavy braking zones, Zilich has some little thing over SVG that I think that's going to lead to a little bit of an advantage here. And they're in equal equipment in both races. So I'm going to take Zilich. I think Zilich wins the O'Reilly's Auto Part race over SVG. And I think it's going to be a hell of a slugfest, man. Dark horse here, I've got 3 names written down. And I'm trying to narrow it down, man. And I'm going to talk about all 3 of them individually here. I don't think I'm going to take one, Tom. I'm going to put all three of these as dark horses. I think they're all legit good dark horse picks. Austin Green, let's talk about him first. He made his debut in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series a few years ago at COTA and got a top 10 with, I think it was with Jordan Anderson Racing. And ever since then, it seems like every time he goes to a road course, he is always a top 10 threat. Every single one. Doesn't matter if we go to Sonoma, doesn't matter if we go to Watkins Glen, name a Mid-Ohio in a truck, whatever it is. Every time he's in a top 3 series race at a road course, he's a top 10 threat. And I'm a big Austin Green fan. I think this kid has a lot of talent. I think he's super underrated. He won an ARCA race on an oval at Charlotte. I think big things are coming for an Austin Green, and he's a good dark horse threat this weekend. The next one I picked was Sage Karam. He has ran races at like Road America, Sonoma, all these different places in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series, and even with like dog shit equipment, like he was in those same hunt cars before they were really that good, and he was running in the top 10 with them. I think he's an extremely underrated driver. His IndyCar career didn't really pan out really where it should have, I feel like. Didn't really get any more opportunities after that. But he's really found a second home in stock car racing, and he's been an absolute threat in some of these races. And then my next one, I have to bring it up. It's Brent Cruz, man. This kid is a future superstar in whatever he decides to do. At Roval last year, they kind of threw that one away for him with the late pit stop, kind of pulled the Roddy Chillers on him. But he is a super talented driver. I think he'll be in the top 5 all day long. I think if anybody could give SVG and Zilly a run for their money, I think it's a Brent Cruz. I think he's a good dark horse pick.
All right. I mean, look, this is the obvious right here. I'm going with SVG as the favorite. I mean, he's my favorite driver. I just think that, well, actually, everything that Jay just said, it's going to be an SVG versus Zilly race weekend here. On every race that goes on it, you're going to see SVG and Zilich at the front, barring any other crazy thing that happens. So, if you choose Zilich or if you choose SVG, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But for dark horse, like Jay, I had a hard time, man. This is hard. I think Green and Cruz are really good picks. I'm choosing this guy just based upon his prior performances. I know he's at a different team now, and I know that, especially with like some road course equipment. I mean, a lot of driving talent goes into it as well, but a lot of it goes in with the car nowadays because of how much the competition has risen based upon SVG coming in here and turning all you guys to ground beef. But yeah, I'm going with Sanchez as a dark horse this weekend. He's had some awesome runs in the past. Not with AM Racing anymore. Or I'm sorry, not AM. He is with AM. He's not with
Big Machine.
Big Machine, that's right. Yeah, not with Big Machine anymore. So I still think that the driving talent is there, and I think that Sanchez can do it. Barring anything crazy. Yeah. I think that Sanchez, Green, and Cruz are pretty solid dark horses. The only thing I don't get with Karam is what's the team he's driving for?
Yeah, with Joey Gase. The equipment's going to be a major detriment. Yeah.
Dude, he's either going to blow a motor, he's going to break the transmission, or the brakes are going to go out. That's what's going to happen. That's my only reserves about that. But regardless, Karam has it. He's always had it. He's always a good driver. It's just he's never been able to get that one shot. The one time he did get a good shot at driving in any series was in IndyCar, and What happened there was just it was just real shitty. It's just a shitty situation.
Yeah, I agree. I think this O'Reilly's Auto Parts at COTA is going to be a freaking awesome race, man. I'm excited. Excuse me. Oh man, excuse me. All right, now let's get into the Sunday slate. The Indy NXT is the opening race on Sunday. The streets of St. Petersburg. This is going to be, I think, a thrilling race. Who was the guy last year that dominated? It was driving for God, why am I blanking it? Driving for basically on the Andretti program in the 19 car. God, why am I freaking blanking it? He's gonna be the rookie of the year this year.
The 19 you said?
Yeah. Can't think of his name. Why am I blanking on it, dude?
Let's see.
I feel like an idiot. How am I blanking on it, dude? He dominated in NXT last year. Oh, drove for Andretti in the 28. Anyway, while Tom looks it up, I'm going to go with this teammate. I think Andretti's going to be extremely strong here. This was the guy that was the only one to be able to compete for wins last year, besides obviously Kyle Collette, who's moved up to IndyCar as well. I'm going with Lockie Hughes. Lockie Hughes got a ton of talent. He's in the Andretti car. I think he finished second here last year to Dennis Hauger. Yes, finished second here to his teammate Dennis Hauger last year. I think this is his year to take the Indy NXT Championship. Obviously, you're going to have Miles Rowe. You're going to have James Rowe. You're going to have a couple other maybe rookies, which we'll talk about as the season progresses, maybe contend with some wins and maybe shake it up. But I think your championship favorites going into the season, obviously, Lockie Hughes, James Rowe, Miles Rowe. I think those are the three guys you're kind of looking at. I think Lockie Hughes gets the championship started off in the right way, gets the win with the Andretti machine. And then also for my dark horse, I'm going to stick with the Andretti thing. This guy came through the USF Pro 2000 ranks. Was winning a ton of races. Now he's got an opportunity with the top team in the Indy NXT, which goes a long way, which is with the Andretti team. I'm going Max Taylor. I think he's going to be like Lockie Hughes was last year. He's going to be one of those top 4, top 5 type guys, in the point standings at the end of the year. And then next year will be his year to claim the championship. And I think this is going to go a long way with a good run to start the season here at St. Petersburg.
Okay, for my favorite, to be honest with you, I don't even.
The Indy NXT is way different this year.
I chose my driver last year was Kyle Collette, wasn't it? As my dark horse?
Yeah. But he's in IndyCar now. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways. I'll go with Miles Rowe for my favorite this year. We'll see how he goes. I guess he had a pretty promising year last year with let's see here, P4 overall.
Yeah, he won a couple races last year.
He won a couple. Iowa and Nashville.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Miles Rowe. I got to choose a new favorite now because yeah. And then for my dark horse, I got to choose a new favorite too. So I'm telling you right now, I did not choose this guy other than how cool his name sounds, and that's it. Niels Coolin. He's probably a cool guy. He's probably cool guy. Yeah, he's just cooling over there. He's cooling. Yeah, that's about it. That, honest to God, that's it. That's it right there.
I like it. I'm excited for this race. It should be pretty entertaining. I think it'll probably be like you said with the truck race. I think it might be a race of attrition there. There's a lot of rookies, man, going to St. Pete, and St. Pete is not an easy track to get around. It's going to be entertaining. And this Sunday, it is here, Tom. The wait is over. It is IndyCar season in 2026, boys. St. Pete, the opening round of the championship. Last year, we saw a fantastic race. We saw Will Power wreck out on lap 1. We saw Alex Palou hold off Scott Dixon, who didn't have any radio transmissions to win. It was the only race, really, we saw Penske prominent in all year long. So, I think we're going to see an interesting race, a lot of drama. And when that comes to saying, I said there was one guy that I picked out particularly in the offseason that I felt like maybe could be a threat to Alex Palou's championship run this year. And that is Kyle Kirkwood. I'm taking Kyle Kirkwood. He's a prolific street racer. I feel like Andretti has a lot to prove this year. They've got a different lineup. They brought Will Power in. I think bringing in a guy like a Will Power is going to change things in that organization, probably for the right, due to his leadership abilities, all the knowledge he's accumulated through his racing career. They've shown strength on these street courses in the past. That's been their strength. And now I think bringing in Will Power is going to rejuvenate that team. I think they start the season off with a win. I think Kyle Kirkwood edges out Alex Palou for the win this weekend. That's what I'm saying. And then my dark horse, I'm going with David Malukas. New look with Penske. They've been good. Penske has been good at St. Pete the last 4 years. Even with all the dramas behind the scenes, all of the disqualifications, the penalties, whatever it may be. Seems like St. Pete just seems to be that stone in the ground of just consistency. I think David Malukas, exceptional driver. He probably has the most to prove in 2026. I'm going to go with David Malukas as my dark horse.
Okay, for my favorite, this is the easiest. This is the easiest thing that I got going on in my life right now. We're talking about the Hello Polo season. We are in full swing. We're in prime, baby. It's prime time. It's prime Polo. What else can you ask for? Nobody can stop this man at the moment. Nobody can, except for Kyle Kirkwood a couple times last year. But that's it. That's it. He still is on top. I mean, we're going to the stomping grounds of Alex Palou here. We're going to the stomping grounds. It's Hello Palou for this weekend. I'm so excited to hear those words on a broadcast, and I'm so excited to watch some IndyCar racing. This is going to be the best day of my week on Sunday. My dark horse, I'm still on the Malukas tour, man. I'll be on the Malukas tour until he wins a race and I see him finally being successful. The only problem I see with Malukas is Penske.
Yeah.
And everything about it. And everything about it. I'm actually kind of concerned for McLaughlin. If they can't turn this year around, yikes. Actual yikes. And the biggest problem I have right now is that they brought Tim Cindric back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're doing, dude. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. I have no clue. And it's I hate to wish the worst upon people, but like Tim Cindric drove that whole team into the ground, got fired, and then what it seems like is he came crawling back on his knees, ready to use them Dollar General knee pads to do something to get his job back. I'm not about it. I don't know. I'm a little worried, but I don't know, man. I know Malukas can do it. I know that McLaughlin could do it. I know that Joseph Newgarden can do it too. I know they all can do it, but if you don't have everybody pulling in the same direction, man, your season's already fucked. Like there's just no point. You know? I don't know. I'm really worried about Penske.
Alrighty. I'm excited. Sunday, IndyCar. It's back. I can't believe it. It's been a long off season, Tom. And we're going to get some IndyCar racing. We'll have, obviously, a watch party for that as well on Sunday. All right. Also on Sunday, the nightcap, or the main event, I guess, of the weekend. The Duramax Grand Prix at COTA. Again, just like the O'Reilly's race, this is going to be the Zilly v. Van Glizzy show all weekend long. I've got a little bit of space over here, Tom, that I've been cleaning up for that first career Zilly win. And I'm ready to buy a diecast. That spot needs to be filled right there with some damn Zilly diecast race win. And it's happening this weekend, boys. This weekend, Connor Zilisch, the Zilly, the greatest generational prospect of all time. He is going to claim his first career win this Sunday at COTA. He's going to best SVG. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to somehow do it. He's going to put himself at the front of the field, and he's going to show the world it's SVG, or it's Zilly time. Take that crown away from SVG. Connor Zilisch wins this weekend. My dark horse, there is no real good other dark horse than Zilly. Well, there's really no other pick. I feel like if you ain't picking Zilly or SVG, or I guess you could maybe pick a Reddick or a Bell. We'll talk about that with the fantasy. But I feel like those are kind of your favorites. My dark horse, I'm gonna go Hosen, dude. There's not a place they go to where I look at him and I'm like, the guy can't win a race, dude, with whatever equipment he has. Like, it just feels like Hosen is good for the sport, dude. Like, I am a fan of Hosen cars bar. I want to see him keep ruffling feathers. I don't want him to ever change. I want him to keep wrecking shit and totaling cars and and running up front and being an absolute menace to society, bro. Motorsports needs a guy like that. We like all these drivers and fans weeded these type of guys out for the past few years and neutered them. And I don't like it, man. I don't want Hosen to ever change. I'm taking him as a dark horse this weekend. And he'll probably end up wrecking Zilly, and I'll be pissed off as fuck at him, you know. But I'll wake up the next day and be just as excited that he's still in the sport. So that's where I'm going with
it. So this weekend will probably be the one and only time where I can choose both of these drivers as a favorite and as a dark horse. And I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy because I believe the hype and I believe the existing talent of this driver. So my favorite, I'm going to go with the SVG. Of course. I really don't need to explain anything there. My dark horse, it's going to be Connor Zilic. And the reason why I can put him as a dark horse, because he didn't win in the Cup Series last year. And so, again, this is this one time where we can actually put both of these drivers on a road course as the same, picks that you could do in a race weekend. I suspect, though, this isn't going to be one of those options that you're going to have for very long. And it might change this weekend. So I'm going to take full advantage of it. I'm going SVG and Zilly for this weekend.
You know what? Zilly would already have a cup win if it wasn't for Daniel fucking Suarez. I'm just saying. You guys remember last year's COTA race? Zilic ended up driving from like dead last up to the top 10 just to get taken out by a guy that couldn't hold a fucking brake pedal. They should have fucking changed it to, what is brake in Spanish? If they'd put it fucking in Spanish, you probably could have hit it.
I don't know, but I know what stranger danger is.
Yeah, it's Daniel Suarez. Alrighty. It's time to do our fantasy for NASCAR this weekend. I think this is the easiest setup on fantasy I could have ever picked, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I got Reddick, I got Bell, I've got Bowman, I've got Zilic, and I've got SVG. I think that's the perfect lineup. I think all of them are gonna be in the top 10.
Yeah. I've just got one varying from you. So I got SVG, I got Zilic, I've got Reddick, Reddick, I've got Bell, and then the only thing that I differ from here is I think what I'm gonna do. I had a hard toss up here between two drivers, either Chase Briscoe or Denny Hamlin, and in fact I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Briscoe.
Okay, that's a good pick. Well, Briscoe last year cost SVG a chance at winning the race because he blocked him for 18 fucking laps. But
he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck he's doing. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Oh man. All right, matchups. These are good matchups. I like every single one of these. I'm not gonna lie. We've got SVG versus Zilic. I'm going to go Zilic over SVG because I picked him to win the race. But, I mean, I don't feel like you can go wrong either way.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?
Matchups. I've got Zilic over SVG.
Yeah, I got SVG over Zilic. I mean, you got to choose one or the other. If you choose either one, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
It's going to be an interesting race for sure. Next one is Bell versus Reddick, which I think this is another good match. Or not Bell versus Reddick. Reddick versus Byron. I think it's another good matchup. Both have had really good success at COTA in the past. I'm going to go Reddick. I think Reddick is going to be probably the only guy that can compete with SVG and Zilic in front of the field all weekend. I'd throw Bell in there too. I think Bell is going to be another guy that's going to be contending with a win. But I'm going to go Reddick over Byron.
Yeah, same. I'm going Reddick over Byron. I mean, to me, Byron just doesn't seem to have it right now. Which might be scary. Which might be actually scary. Because we've only seen Byron do good at the beginning of the seasons. Right. What is he going to do at the end of this season or midway through the season now? This actually we might be foreseeing something here. I don't know.
No, I agree 100%. Could be a different arc for William Byron here in 2026. And then next we got Kyle Busch versus Ross Chastain. I'm going to go KFB. I mean, he almost won this race last year, man. He got so damn freaking close, dude. He did everything he could do to hold him behind. Wasn't unable to do that and lost the race. So I'll put KFB over Chastain this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Chastain over Busch. I just don't believe in RCR, man. I don't. I believe in Kyle Busch. But I do not believe in RCR whatsoever.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, they're dog shit. They're dog shit. All right, and then the next one is Gibbs versus Briscoe. I'm going Briscoe. I don't feel like I have to even explain this one.
Exactly.
All right, that's our NASCAR fantasy lineup for COTA. It's going to be a fun weekend, guys. We're going to have watch parties on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a super weekend. We're going to be glued to these computers, these monitors, these TV screens, watching what is a legit racing weekend, man. Road racing is racing. I don't give a
Yes.
shit what you old Dahlia people think. This is what's good about racing, is what we're gonna see this weekend. It's gonna be freaking fantastic. If we could just get rid of stage cautions at road courses, it'd be even fucking better. But that's a fight for another day. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to follow us on all of our social medias, all of our platforms are on the bottom of the screen right now, as well as all of them have links in the description below. Go follow us over there. Stay up to date. And give us some shit, whatever it may be. Follow us over there. We love it. Also, if you guys want to join the best motorsports community on the internet, our link below to our Discord. It's unbelievable. All the rumor, drama, news, memes, everything motorsports related. Post your own comments and post your own pictures. Baron, he's been posting stuff in there all over the last few days. We've got some awesome photos of stuff from Zandvoort, some stuff from Spa. He's had an interesting story being a track marshal in the day back in the golden era of like Formula One racing.
Was that him pushing that Williams?
Yeah, dude. That was a badass
that is
picture.
Dope.
Yeah.
That is dope. That is like highlight of life right there.
Dude, facts. Well, and he's got that photo of Max Verstappen like in 2016.
Yeah.
Before he was Max Verstappen like ripping around Spa. Like super badass photos, dude. Like some like old retro photo. Like it's cool stuff. But if you guys have also are not part of our Discord and want to join and post some of your photos of some of your racing experiences, come and do it. We got a community page. Come post in there. We love it, man. Okay, I've been eating up some of those photos, dude. Those were some badass ones by Baron. I know some other people have posted photos from like times that they've been at the racetrack or whatever. Let's say you're at Coda this weekend or St. Pete and you're at the event, you're taking pictures. Post them here, man. We love it, dude. We love when you guys post photos like that. It's always awesome to see what the community's up to. This is what I consider the safe haven for motorsports people. We don't really have a lot of cool places we can go and hang out and chat and talk about racing. That's what this is for. Post your own news, rumors, drama, memes, whatever it may be, motorsports related. That's we interact with you guys in there every single day. It's the best race community on the internet. Also, if you guys want to support the boys even more, we have a merch store. Get you some Dega Boys swag. I'm telling you, boys, that shit is so fire, dude. It's quality.
Hell yeah.
Quality merchandise. Like, you were like, dude, I think this shit was made by Supreme. It's so freaking good. Louis Vuitton ain't got shit on the Dega Boys merch products, dude. You know what I mean? And it's cheap. You can buy it on the low, down low. We almost should be handing it out with how good quality and cheap it is, man. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, man, you are going to be the coolest dude at your job, school, wherever it may be, family reunion. If you're an Bama man, your cousin might even sleep with you. You know what I mean? Like, you are rolling if you're wearing the damn Dega Boys merchandise, dude. It's unbelievable, dude. It's absolutely the best merch on the internet. I'll be wearing my Dega Boys hat out in town, dude. People will just be like, God damn, dude, you're the coolest motherfucker I ever seen, bro. Where'd you get that? Like, I got it from the Dega Boys, man. Dega Boys merch, dog. Give them a link. Turn them on. It's good stuff, dude. Good quality stuff. That's all I got for this podcast, man. It's fun. Another fantastic Tuesday here talking racing. And we'll be back this weekend, guys. Turn on the bell notifications, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for some awesome, unhinged, unfiltered, great old-fashioned racing, American racing this weekend at Coda and St. Petersburg. Full marathon weekend of watch party. It's going to be a good time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. DJ Puck, we see you in the chat again. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. You're here on every one of these, dude. We appreciate it. And we appreciate anybody that watches this after the fact. Leave in the comments below anything you agree with, disagree with in the podcast. And make sure to vote in our polls that are going to be coming out here after the podcast. With that being said, it's been another awesome broadcast on the Dega Boys Podcast or Broadcasting Network. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your week.